Hi, YouTubers. I was trying really hard to get this in. Could not before because it just wasn't letting me. So I hope it's still all lined up. It took forever and then I had to take it out to do this. So lots of patience as you know, I'm just new at doing this. And every day is learning and life is all about learning. So I'm hoping that that's okay. I hope you're having a good day. Welcome to the weekend. I don't know what you have planned for the weekend, but I hope it's all fun and games. Sorry, but I need to keep working with this. I tried, like I said, I had it all set up and then I had to take the phone out because that's what I'm still using. I'm going to try and get something where I can use my iPad because I think that will be better for us and a better quality. The quality has been good with the iPhone other than when the Wi-Fi is really intermittent, it's February on the west coast of Canada and on Vancouver Island we're having tons and tons of snow and slush and problematic weather. So patience is all. I know some of the videos are coming out with different lighting than they should have or a little bit shaky. It's nothing I'm doing. It's got everything to do with the Wi-Fi and the feed that we're getting now. So welcome. Today is going to be, it is class 6 of the 18 classes, which means we only have a dozen more to do over the period of the next 4 weeks. And I'm looking forward to doing that, hopefully. I mean, it's going to be so nice when we can do them outside. I have various different locations I want to do some at, and that's going to be fun as well. So welcome. We will stretch in the beginning. This is Aging with Grace, Gratitude, and Yoga. And for me, I'm so grateful for my family right now. I have somebody going through some problems, and I'm so lucky that I'm available to be here to help them through it. I am grateful it's not snowing, and I am grateful that we have, in this day and age, platforms like YouTube in order to share some things. I was going to tell you a little bit about some pre-cancer skin cells I have going on my face, but because, pardon my sniffling, I have a bit of a cold. Because it took so long for me to get this going, because of running into some situations, I'll do it in a separate video, but it's like I said in the Hello YouTubers first video, I want to be able to trade secrets back and forth with how holistically, or as holistically as possible, we are able to heal ourselves. I have worked for 15 years in the Amazon rainforest, either under, sometimes with some horrible outcomes, but with the medicine men and the medicine plants of the Amazon rainforest. So using the least amount of chemicals ever in my life is mandatory for me to continue on this path. Prescription drugs, I don't think, please know that Western medicine has its own magic as well and has saved many lives. But when there are problems that we are bringing on ourselves quite organically, it's good to clean them up quite organically as well. So that I'll share later on this weekend, either today or Sunday or I don't know, early Monday morning. I'll get it out there. And on Friday, I find out what my doctor has to say about it. So I'll make sure I get back to you on what that is too. But for now, I hope some of you are joining me live. I know everybody's schedule is so messed up because of this weather. And some of the people that are doing the live shows with me in the morning are busy catching up with life. And then my nighttime crew all watches them at night. So thank you for continuing to support me. In this page, I can only get better as I keep practicing, and that means you'll get better too. Honoring our bodies is the most important thing that we can do in our lives. Tough lessons are lessons of self-love, and self-love should start when we're really young, because that keeps us honoring our temple a little bit more when we love ourselves. And it's been a tough one for me too, so let's start loving ourselves a lot more together. So let's start. And I'm not allowed to say so. Let's start. bringing our energy into our home studios, our living rooms, wherever it is. You are going to join me in doing your beginners yoga, sun salutations, and the 3 warriors. We will of course stretch first, but let's start with our breathing, our 5-second inhale, our 5-second exhale, after our 5-second Mula Bandha. So pardon me, let me repeat that. You inhale for 5 seconds. Shoulder blades down your back, heart center prominent. Sorry, I'm just getting settled. So we're going to inhale for 5 seconds. Apply Mula Bandha for 5 seconds. And exhale for 5 seconds. Three more. Last one. Sitting with that frequency that you had just brought your body to by listening to the vibration of the Tibetan singing bowl and using your breath with a strong intention, respect and appreciation. Just sit with that. Good job. I am going to make a few adjustments. I'll come back here a little bit so you can see me. Like I said, I had to change the phone. I will figure it out as we go. Sitting down, we're going to bring our toes towards us. Immediately engaging our legs, bring our shoulder blades down our back. If you want, put your blocks there so that kinetically speaking you make contact with something as we go over. Probably down here. We're just going to do a nice forward bend. We want to be in our legs. We're going to do a few stretches standing up too. I'll show you some really nice ones that you can use with your block if you're not able to touch your toes yet. That's perfectly fine. You are going to do your version using your modifications, and if you need help knowing what your modifications are, just contact me. I'm happy to help you, but I'll show you a few as we go through. I'll try to remember. As I said, I'm not teaching in a classroom. This is the first time I've ever done that, so it's hard for me to remember what triggers me giving further instructions if I'm not seeing somebody make a mistake. In the studio and at my retreats, I'm a real hands-on yoga instructor. So it's a good thing for me too right now, and I appreciate the opportunity to be able to learn to teach like this too. So thank you for your continued patience. I want you to inhale as you remember your toes are still coming towards your body. Even when I'm speaking, I want you to remain in poses. Often in my classroom, I will tell a little story or share some insights with my students because they're holding a pose. So even sometimes even just in free lotus I'll do it because that allows your hips to open. So I do that as a distraction sometimes when you're holding poses. So please don't ever come out, and we're going to go into a forward bend. Now remember I showed you this a couple of times already. I'm lifting up my leg and putting that sit bone, my right sit bone, a little bit more behind me, matching it up with my left. You saw how it brought my legs back. That brings my lower abdomen engaged with my upper quad. So I'm immediately in contact with my upper body and my lower body. I'm sending my heels away from my body, feeling very long and invigorated because my legs are now engaged with the energetic stocking I told you about. So my calves are engaged, my kneecaps are lifted, and they're going up to a very engaged quads. so that I have a strong intention in my legs. I'm a little bit ragdollish up here, so we're just going to be slowly moving in, like I said, for kinetic reasons, for body teaching. Allow your forearms to rest on your blocks, either at that height, and if you absolutely need to, that height. Whatever gets you moving slowly, because even if you're that tight that you need them up here, you're still getting into your glutes and your hamstrings by being in this engaged position. So let's do that as we inhale. And then on the exhale, so we're just ragdolling, and then we're going to use the strap. I have my face forward because I'm keeping my sternum long, so you're not looking down at your legs. You're looking up, almost leading with your chin, but not to the point where you're hyperextending your shoulders. Okay? Nice and easy. Inhale. Exhale. Now bring your abdomen further down onto your legs. Just ragdoll style. You're engaged with your sternum is why I'm keeping you long, but you're rather lucid. You're okay. You're nice and loose. Inhale. On the exhale, because you're emptying out your breath, your esophagus is emptying. It's making more room for you to go down, and now it's changed positions so you can fill it again. And then exhale as you come down even further. I use my fingernails onto the yoga mat and use it as leverage, or the stickiness that it provides my yoga hands. Taking one more nice, long, beautiful breath. Surrender your forehead down to your legs. Watch that your toes are still coming towards you. Watch that your heels are also going away from you. So it's a bit of a dual action going on there. So you want to be really engaged with that, elongating the hamstrings. This is so important, as I keep telling you. And even more so in beginners, because you're coming to me because you're tight in these areas. Doing the surrendering of your upper body is going to stretch your back, and I want you to feel all the soft tissue down on either side of your spine, and I want you to feel all of your neck, because you're leading a long, beautiful back with a long, beautiful neck. So take in, now you should be looking down. The top part of your forehead that I showed you at the beginning of this series is the area that when I say surrender, that should be the lowest point of your upper body as you are hovering over your extended legs. Okay? So you're going to take 3 nice, beautiful, nurturing, hydrating breaths there. That's where the medicine is. As you inhale and exhale, a full surrender. Inhale and exhale. Another full surrender. Use the space provided for you by emptying out that breath to move your upper body closer to your lower body and celebrating those openings. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale your eyes to your toes. And exhale as you bring your back up to neutral spine. Good job. Let's bring ours, oh no, I'm not going to get up and get it. Let's just bring our right leg in. So we're not going to go too wide today. We're going to bring, our hips are going to remain square. This gets you a little bit deeper. There is this one, but we're not doing that today. I want your back square, so we're getting a good stretch in the back of our hips so we can do our sun salutations with ease. And we're going to do the 3 warriors as well. So it's a pretty easy class. I'm not going to work you too hard. The beginner's program, that's why it's nice to start back with it again if you've been away from yoga, because it really gets you into your body and into your breath again, and gets your mindset set on being in your body and in your breath. And that's why I do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's not too overwhelming of a schedule, but it's enough to keep you engaged and hopefully interested. I am hoping that you have other physical activities that you do as well, because that is the only way to age with grace, is to make sure we're exercising pretty regularly, eating right, and doing the right kind of medicine like water and fresh air. And I do fermented garlic every morning. Taking in a nice inhale, and yes, that was me distracting you because I want this leg to fall open. If you're like this, still, after that little distraction, you need to be supporting that. I don't want you just hanging over. That's not good for your hips, especially if they're tight. If, as we get on, like in level 2s, then you would be able to just let that be. But for now, we're supporting them opening slowly. So you would, and so if that means you need that, then that's what you need. Probably this will be okay though. And at different areas, wherever it suits you. Inhale, again, keeping your face forward. So we're moving down like this, keeping our sternum long so that we fold over, not into. That's not a forward fold. A forward fold is folding over our extended leg. So to do that slowly, we're going to put our hands on either side, wherever you can, comfortably still. Shoulder blades down your back as you inhale, and then you exhale, and you're going to bring your lower tummy onto that extended leg, and at the same time you're encouraging the outside knee towards the ground. So there's a full engagement going on here. You are busy. You are also feeling this behind your hips because you are long in your sternum. Taking in another nice, long, beautiful breath. Inhale your intention and exhale your commitment to bring your upper belly onto your thigh. Remember, your toes are coming towards your body and your heel is going away because you're also engaged with your beautiful hamstrings. Taking in another nice, long, beautiful breath. Exhale as you walk your hands away a little bit more. You're bending your elbows. Hi, I see somebody join me. Thank you. Welcome. Using your breath, bending your elbows. Three breaths we're going to do like that because that's the magic number for hydration. I'm constantly bending my elbows because I'm constantly growing with my pose. I'm going to inhale one last time, hydrating my opening spots. Now I'm going to inhale and exhale as I bring my chest onto my extended leg. One more time, we're going to hold for 3 breaths. So wherever you are, stay where you are. And remember that when I make contact with my extended leg, that doesn't mean you have to, it means you are visualizing it. It means you are setting that intention so that that is the end result, even if it takes a month, 6 months, a year. The end result is you being able to be in the full expression of forward fold. It doesn't mean you have to be doing that today. Please always remember that. So your face is forward, you're still breathing. Now you're going to take in one more inhale and exhale as you surrender your forehead to your shin. Good job. Inhale as you bring your eyes to your toes. And then exhale as you push away the floor, straightening your arms and slowly coming back up to neutral spine. You are not in your full expression of neutral spine until your shoulder blades are down and behind your back. Good job, you guys. Send your right foot away and bring your left foot to your, remember, our hips are straight across from each other. Okay? Toes are coming towards your body. Heel is going away. making sure that you're supporting this. I'm not going to support it because I know it will open up. This is my Uncle Richie's leg, as I lovingly call it. So be wherever you need to be in your left leg as we start going. Remembering, of course, that you're still engaged. You're engaged with these muscles here, which send your knee away from your body, allowing room for your torso to come down over that extended leg. Visually, if that's what it takes today, is perfectly available. If you can't, so if you want to use your blocks, then use your bolster or a rolled up blanket. Remember I showed you that too, to support this hip. And then you can put your blocks on either side so that when you come down, kinetically speaking, you're still engaged with your forearms. This is all body language, body talk, which is very important for our bodies. So get used to doing that too. Now again, I'm going to lift up my sit bone and put it behind me somewhat, making sure that there's no muscle or flesh between my sit bone and the yoga mat, or as little as possible. Again, giving me more leverage. So inhale, exhale, slightly bending your elbows, knowing that now I am pushing this leg away with my muscles and my lower abdomen is engaged with my upper quad. Always growing with my pose. Inhale. Exhale. Bring your upper abdomen engaged with your quad. Still encouraging this leg open, still wanting to bring your torso down. So we have a lot of actions going on here. I love to do at the very minimum dual actions. I like to get more done in a pose than just one thing. Inhale. On the exhale, now you're bringing your lower rib cage, either visually or physically, engaged with your quad. Take your breath, and we're going to do 3 here. Taking in another nice, long, beautiful inhale with a nice, long sternum. Inhale and then surrender that part of your forehead towards your extended leg. Grow with your pose. By every time you're emptying out your breath, you are sinking lower with your upper body towards your extended leg. Nice, juicy, hydrating breaths. 5 seconds in. 5 seconds out. One more time. Taking in your inhale, bring your eyes to your toes. On the exhale, slowly bring your spine to neutral. And remember, you're not in neutral until your shoulder blades are behind your back. Your hands are on the top of your thighs and your elbows are pointing to the wall behind you. Good job. Let's bring our right foot to our left foot. Opening up our hips, beginner's yoga, we do this one a lot. So get nice and long in your spine as you inhale. Exhale, bringing your elbows to your calves. Inhale. Exhale as you round your spine and bring your torso through your hips, aiming to bring this part of our forehead down to the ground in front of our feet. Now, some days I can do it, some days I can't. You just set the intention. You don't have to do it. What I want you to be doing is using these inside thigh muscles, which you'll really be using in Warrior today, and open your legs to allow your hips through, or your torso through your hips. Breathing, you are surrendering your upper body through your lower body and feeling that nicely, not only in your back, Put in your hips. One more nice juicy breath. Inhale. Bring your eyes to the top of your yoga mat. Exhale. As you come back to neutral spine. Again, we're going to do the diamond shape, so send your feet, keep them together. The soles of your feet are together. Ow, got a cramp. That happens. Calcium magnesium is good to take. I have been so out of my schedule by being locked in the cabin. You would think that home I would have it. I don't. This is not me to be locked in and not walking and not doing the dogs and not enjoying the outdoors. So I'm in a bit of a slump too. I think we all are. That it's time. We were watching our bulbs one day, and the next day we're looking at all our dead plants. Not good. You have a complete diamond shape with the inside of your legs. That means perfectly calibrated diamond. Not a short one, a diamond. Okay? Release the flesh from your sit bones or the muscle, let's call it muscle, until you have more leverage. So you don't want your sit bones to be all fleshy. You want as much contact with that yoga mat as you can get, as you're then going to put your hands, coddle them. And this time, in order to invite our back into the move, we're going to inhale, send our arms away from our body, and exhale, bringing our forearms down to the mat on the outside of our shins. So put them wherever you can. Once again, if you need to put your blocks there, please do. And you can use them at the various different heights too. This is for the outside of your hips, so you want to bring your torso through your hips, and this is just part of inviting your back in, which is very important. So taking in your breath, and then settling into that move one more time. With every breath, getting deeper. Always, 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 as we breathe, we grow with our poses. Inhale. Bring your eyes to the top of the mat. Exhale. Shoulder blades down your back as you come into neutral spine. Good job. Send your feet away first. Tap it out. Bring your hands to the right and your feet to the left. I'm going to get up and probably have to make some adjustments. It's funny, I spent like 10-15 minutes adjusting this perfectly for you, and then realized in order to go live, I had to take the phone out of where it was all safely put in. One of the things, the reasons it is going to be jumpy and is with the Wi-Fi and stuff, is it's much easier, still time consuming, because I still have to process this afterwards for whatever reason, because you guys are watching it and commenting, but there's a processing time period afterwards that I have to watch it. Hi, welcome, thank you for coming. I'll be able to see the comments when I'm done processing. Anyway, it makes it a lot easier. So I'm trying to just use my phone for now. I was thinking, even if I bought a camera, would that be hooked up to the internet? This is the best way. So I'm going to try and figure out, maybe I can do it on my iPad and get a better quality. I will keep working on that, because the going live only takes 2 hours as opposed to 4 hours. That's pretty important for me as well, right? So thank you for your continued patience. We're going to bring ourselves into hero's pose now, making sure that our big toes are together. I want you to do this if you can. Of course, if you can't, you're going to move your block, either of them, under your pelvic floor, or a folded up shawl works as well too, right? Even because you want to ideally be able to move the platform down. So if you start with your bolster, then maybe say in a month we want to be on this one, and then maybe in 2 weeks we want to be on the chip foam, and then maybe we want to just be on even less. slowly moving forward, because that is healthy for our knees as long as there's no twinge. Whenever there's a twinge in your knees, hips, or elbows, you come out of pose immediately. With grace. Don't snap out. That doesn't work. Shoulder blades down your back. We're just getting a nice stretch in the top of our feet right now. I'm barely, my heels are just resting against the outside of my hips, and I'm engaged with the pelvic floor. Reclining heels we'll do at another time too. That's a good way to go back and really get a nice front, full body stretch. So we're just going to do this for now. And then we're going to inhale, bring our yoga hands onto the mat, bring ourselves into table. You all know what that is now. We're going to send our arms away. We did down dog the other day. So what I want you to do right now is active child's pose. So it means I want your arms fully engaged, your hands fully engaged, and the part of your forehead that I always talk about, coming through your shoulders. And what this is for, especially if you see that movement in my arms, how I'm widening my upper back and I'm engaging the area of my armpits, that is so good for your lymphatic system. So do that. Then you're going to inhale. Curl your toes under you as you shift up and come on into downward dog. And remember, you want to be engaged in your downward dog. I come a little like this. My legs are short. I sit tall, but I don't stand tall. So I want to come into a nice low dog. I like a low warrior and a low dog. Nice and strong. You want to hold for 5 breaths. Inhale. Yoga hands. Exhaling as you're engaging those arms. You are strong and fully engaged in your back. Two more. Now I want you to inhale, look at the top of your mat, and either slowly, step by step, walk yourself to the top of your mat, or step 1 foot at a time, or jump, whatever way you want to come to the top of your mat. Then we should be still bent over. We're going to bring our arms into the creases our elbows provide. We're going to line our hips and knees up, and we're going to let gravity pull over here and just get another nice stretch in our legs. Nice hydrating going on. Then we're going to inhale. We're going to drop our arms. We're going to round our backs, and very, very slowly. Come on up. Now, because in beginner's yoga we do an awful lot of stretching, time goes by really fast. I've noticed we've really got 20 minutes. We can go a bit over, because what I want to do is we're going to go through some sun salutations now. I put you through some of the paces. I can't really see that. I will do, we're going to do our sun salutations and the 3 warriors, no matter what time we finish. I think that's what that was. More time will be great, I think is what it said. Anyway, I'm hoping you can see me. I'm going to watch for that, because as I said, I tried really hard. Okay, top of our mountain. Listen to the instructions, and remember from the other class, but just listen to the instructions and you'll be safe. Inhale, arms way up in the sky. Send your fingertips as far away from your body as you can. On the exhale, inhale, hands together in prayer. Bring them down to your heart. Inhale, exhale, forward bend. Bring your right foot back and your left foot back into plank. Take a breath there. On the exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, exhale into up dog, coming from this way. So remember, up dog. Inhale, downward dog. Now I'm going to do this by lifting my right leg in the air, bending my knee, sending it towards my elbow, but dropping my foot by my right hand. Okay? That's how I'm going to do this. How you get your foot to your right hand is up to you. Some people, so I'm going to do, bend it, and then drop my foot, so you can have an idea of what I'm doing. I'm sorry you can't see that, because I had the camera set up, and I'll get better at that too. But see how you want to end up? And then if you want, drop your knee, shoulder blades round your back, hands together in prayer above, hands at your heart. Inhale, hands down. Come on up, bring your left leg. Inhale, big hands, big circle. Use your breath. Inhale, forward bend. Exhale, flat back. Bring your right foot back. We're going to do it this way. I decided to do it this way. So this is the other way you can do it when you're not bringing it from downward dog. Do you understand what I mean? Gently drop your knee. I'll drop your knee with you. Inhale, knees over ankle, remember. Breath, send those hands away. Arms are right by your ears. Focus is intense. Inhale. Exhale, your hands at your heart. Bringing you back into runner's lunge. Bring that right leg to meet the left. Inhale, big hands. Exhale. Good job. So I'm going to try and get this a little better for you. What? Doing our best. Are you going to be able to see me there? Mostly I want you to see my legs for right now. So let's do it one more time like this, okay? Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Right leg back. Drop your knee. Inhale. Inhale. Back to runner's leg. Right leg comes to meets left leg. Inhale to flat back. Exhale to runner's lunge the other side. Gently drop your knee. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so that's the part of the sun salutation. You can do it that way, as well as, like I said, I do it this way. Inhale from dog. Exhale. Coming up, I stay in runner's lunge. You can bring your knee down. So there's various different ways, right, that we can do that, so that we modify so it suits us. It's body movement and momentum that I'm going for. So if that's the way you want to do it that way. Doing it together is just a real bonus. So I'm going to inhale, bring the left leg to meet the right. Right? So that's how we're doing that. So let's do one full round of sun salutations, and then we're going to go through the three warriors, okay? Inhale. Send the fingers far away. On the exhale. Inhale, hands to heart. Take a breath there. And I actually honor the sun so much. The sun and the moon and water. Without them, there is no us. So of course we want to actually be honoring the sun. Inhale, forward bend. Exhale to flat back. Inhale, right leg back, left leg back into plank. Let's hold for 3 breaths. Slow-mo sun salutations. Good for your core. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin to the mat. Good job. Let's send our feet away. And this time we're going to come into Cobra. Because that's what you want, that's what your Sphinx, sorry. That's what you do when, goodness gracious, I am having trouble with this. I'll have to rearrange the room again. Sphinx, right? Like this. That's instead of doing up dog, which is this. So I'm giving you more instruction today because I know that some of you have problems with mobility. So I don't want you to miss out at all. I want you to be doing whatever move suits you. That's why you don't have to do sun salutations like they say do sun salutations in the manual. Do sun salutations that get your body moving. Think of the sun, think of gratitude, think of life. And then you've got that, right? That's the deal. Taking in another nice long beautiful inhale. You're in Sphinx now. Bring your hands back down under your shoulders, curl your toes under you. Come on into down dog. Nice breath there. Settle into dog. Or if you want, you come to the front of the mat and step back into. So I'm going to raise my right foot. Nice and high. I'm going to bend my knee and bring it close to my elbow, but I drop my foot on the inside of that hand. I'm going to stay up in runner's lunge, but you're welcome to drop your knee. Pushing away the floor, keeping my knee over my ankle, and bringing my hands up by my shoulders, or by my ears. Inhale. Exhale to heart. Inhale. Exhale. I'm going to go back to plank, whereas you could have brought your other foot back, right? So I'm just trying to show you different ways right now. That's what beginner's yoga is about. Inhale. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale. Nice and strong in your yoga hands as you exhale. That left leg way up in the air. Inhale as you bend your knee and drop it by your left foot. Make any adjustments you need before you come up, if this is the way you're doing it. Drop your knee if you like, gently, but inhale. Hands by torso. Exhale. And come on up. Good job, you guys. Momentum, breath, movement. That's all we're going for right now. So good job. Bring your hands down on either side. If this is where you are, release back into plank. And see how I go up on my tippy fingers? For one thing, you want strong hands, but it gives you more room underneath your torso for movement, right? Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, up dog or cobra. Inhale, drop your knees, and exhale to child's pose. So stay in child's pose for just a moment. I changed it around a bit because I think I'm recognizing who's on there. I really can't see it, you guys. And I really, really want you to get the movement part of it all and how to move in grace and in and out of sun salutations. It's a great warm-up. So that was my problem, or that was my point. And my problem is keeping this adjusted so you can see my whole body. I'm going to have to figure that out too. But thank you so much for your patience. Okay. So I hope that felt good. We're going to move on to some warriors now. So send your hands away from your body. Active child's pose. Curl your toes under you, engage those yoga hands and come on up to downward dog. Either step or jump to the top of your mat. Bring your hands together, inhale. Big breath as you come on up. I'm going to move back over here and change this so you can see the top of my head. I'm going to do I had this so nicely set up too. So I'm going to be doing them this way so you can see. So you want to start top of your mat. We're going to do warrior 1 first, which is the least favorites of the warriors for me. You can't see me. Huh. Well, look at my body for now, and then I'll get used to this whole filming thing. I need a cameraman. Inhale. Bring your right leg back, heel to heel. So this heel is right behind this. This heel is right behind this heel. You are fully engaged with your feet. Fully engaged. Your hips are square and coming forward. You're going to inhale, exhale, and then inhale and exhale. That's warrior 1. I don't like it. It feels very odd to me in the back of my hip. Sorry. I'm going to do it facing this way. Inhale, exhale. That's better. Some things it just feels better. So you want to be keeping these hips square, shoulder blades down your back. It's a very good stretch for the back of this leg. My knee is over my ankle, remember that. Shoulder blades are down my back. Inhale. Exhale, full expression. Taking in another inhale. Bring your hands down to your heart. Bring your right foot to meet your left. Get your yoga feet going, and then inhale. And bring the left foot heel to heel, remember? So we're heel to heel. It's like we're on a train track with our feet. Our hips again are square. And we bend our right leg. Shoulder blades down our back. Not my favorite pose for whatever reason. Inhale. Exhale. Square hips. Strong intention. Deep breath. Inhale. Hands. Exhale. Coming back. Remember, I'm talking, so my breath gets a little out. I want you to make sure that your breath is good. So now we're going to do Warrior 2. Everybody has seen this. It's used in all the ads and everything. It's a great pose. We're going to inhale, right leg forward. Your left leg goes sideways. You are heel to arch. Nothing else. That's how I teach it. I know a lot of people teach it otherwise. This keeps your hips nice and square. You are tall in your beautiful back, and your knee is over your ankle. I like a low warrior because I get a better workout in this area of my leg. My shoulder blades are down my back. I am engaged with the outside ridge of my left foot. I am engaged with all the muscles it takes to suspend me doing this, and I'm inhaling a long, beautiful back. You're not like this in warrior. You're not over your leg at all. And then you look over your forward arm. Nice, low, strong warrior. Inhale. Bring your hands to your hips. Exhale, straighten that leg. And with momentum, this is a low one, but with momentum, bring it home. I'm of course facing the wrong way. So good job, that's Warrior 2. Let's do the other side. You would start ideally at the top of your mat, right? Inhale. Your left leg is forward, so you're bringing your right foot back And you will get to the point where you're able to drop your foot exactly where it's supposed to line up, which is bending your right leg. Exhaling back and dropping that foot, and you should be lined up almost perfectly with the heel to the arch. Breathing, inhale. Shoulder blades go behind my back. I'm going to move mine a little bit further apart, making sure my heel is lined up. My knee is directly over my ankle. There's no varying on that. Okay, inhale. Push away the floor when you're in warrior. Engaging all those little muscles you didn't even know you had. Slightly pushing away the floor without taking you out of the pose, but really engaging those muscles. Remembering that the outside edge of my right foot is really what's pushing this leg long and tight. Inhaling, exhaling, and then looking, and look where you are. You don't want to be like that. You want that hand right off your shoulder. You don't want to be like that. That's not warrior. Shoulder blades are down your back. Breathe. I hope I'm doing it right. Sometimes we always get off. There's no such thing as perfect, remember. I like it low because I can feel myself using these muscles. Inhale. Exhale, hands to hips. Inhale as you bring yourself forward. And with momentum, bring it home. Okay? That's warrior 2. Warrior 3 is balancing, which we haven't done a lot of yet, but I'll show it to you because we're going to be working on balancing. I think that's the next class. And we'll start off really slow with some things. But warrior 3 is getting into your left foot is your yoga foot, which means, as I taught you in the first class, you're fully engaged. 5 points, right? Just like your hand. Engaged with the floor, sucking your arch up, just like you suck your palm back up into your hand. Yoga foot in your left foot, inhale. As you're putting your right foot behind you, whoop, I haven't done it on this yoga mat in a while. Slowly, oh, I can't go all the way over. Bringing yourself into a nice, I'm going to do it this way. Hard to do when you're talking. Balancing, you'll see that I stop talking sometimes. It's really hard to balance when you're talking because you're not breathing. You have to be breathing in order to balance. So mind that 5 for 5 breath as we inhale, exhale, inhaling up and exhaling our foot right beside the other one. Okay? We're going to do the other side. Getting into that right yoga foot. Inhaling. Shoulder blades down your back. Nice and strong on the ground. Lift your knees. Inhale. Whoop. If you fall out of pose, make it part of the pose. Good job. So that's your 3 warriors, and that's some sun salutations. After a while, you will learn to be able to get on the side of your feet and slowly come back to sitting. So I've got the heat blasting in here. That was an awful lot like me doing a hot class. So we're going to come down and do just a little bit of hip work again, just so we can cool off. I hope that you were working with me on those. And we will be putting all of this into flow classes and into work as we continue on. Getting the moves, understanding my language is what's important first, and loosening up our bodies. So that was your short sun salutations. There's various different ones of sun salutations. These are ones that get your body moving. We did a nice stretch at the beginning, and balancing always heats me up, kind of like chair. So remember we did chair yesterday, that's a heat hot pose. So is warrior 3. And then we'll do exalted warrior on Monday. So, good. Now I want you to just come on down to the mat, extend your legs off of you, and we're going to come over into a complete ragdoll here with our hands crossed across our shins. Inhale, exhale, and just a surrender. So I have a micro bend in my knees because I'm just surrendering to my body. We have done some really nice poses. We have done some really deep stretches, and now it's time to just honor our bodies. Slow down the heat, slow down the breath. Be proud of ourselves. And as you see, I'm sinking down with every breath. I'm going to get you to inhale your eyes to your toes and exhale your back into neutral spine. I'm going to get you to bring your quads to your tummy and hold there for 3 nice juicy breaths, balancing on that sweet part of your bottom. We'll get you going so that soon we're doing these, right? So for now, we're just going to bring our knees up, nice straight, strong back. Okay, find that sweet part of your bottom. Inhale, bring your hands up. This is fine. For beginners, this is fine. The full expression of boat is there, and then we start moving with it. For now, this is fine. Five nice breaths there. Now if you can, straighten your legs. It's good for your core. Bring them a bit higher than you thought you could. And then hold for 3 more nice deep breaths. Good job. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly. Very slowly. Finding your way down onto the yoga mat. Just very quickly, we're going to do the 4 square because I'm really working on your hips. In beginners yoga, usually people have really tight hips. So we're going to bring that right foot on top of your quad again. Horizontal, or vertical rather, on your quad. About 2 inches beyond your knee. Of course, it depends how big your feet are and your quads are. Put your hands through the hole. Bring your leg up straight. Head, neck, and shoulders are off the mat. And I bring my nose to my toes, but that doesn't mean you have to. What you're doing is a nice squeeze. You're sending this leg that way, opening up that hip. Inhaling. And if it feels better for you to keep this leg like that, where your ankle is right beyond your knee, perfect. Otherwise, do that. 3 breaths. So 1 more. And then exhale as you bring your head, neck, and shoulders down onto the ground. Keeping that grip now, though. Feeling how that changed things a little bit. And breathing 2 more breaths like that. Inhale. As you slowly release the left leg, letting the foot come down on the ground. Bring that right leg out, send it in the air, and send that heel in the air first, then bring it down. Bring your left foot over and place it onto that quad perfectly so that it is vertical, but the toes beneath the knee. It doesn't matter how far, but beneath, so that you're not up like that, because then you're not really getting anything. It's locked in here with a strong intention. Inhale. Head, neck, and shoulders come off the ground. You put your hands to that hole. And you bring, ideally, your toes towards your nose on 3 nice, deep, beautiful breaths. Whoops, a little rocky. Remember to bring your head, neck, and shoulders down, and we hold for 3 more breaths there. Sending this leg away. Tighter hip, probably. Every side is different. Just like every day in our bodies is different. One more. Inhale as you bring your foot down. Bring your left foot down. Send your feet away from your body, allowing your feet to splay out. Lift up your heart center, your chest. Bring your shoulder blades together. Let your palms be open and close your eyes. Coming into a very well-deserved Shavasana. Let your breath settle. Let your body cool. I recognize the place in you where the entire universe dwells. I recognize the place in you that is of love. I recognize the place in you that is of light. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, we are one. Namaste. Again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for trusting me. And I hope to see you Monday.